This is Financially Fit Business with Ruth King.
Welcome to the Financially Fit Business Podcast. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to the health of your business or your clients' businesses. I'm your host, Ruth King. Here's how we will help you increase the financial fitness of your businesses today. How can you use verified and trusted outsourced workers to help you be more productive, to help you scale? And should you really be using this type of labor? What are the pros and cons of doing so? My guest today, Angela Chanowsky, creator of Unique Genius, gives you the answers to these questions and more. Angela, welcome to the Financially Fit Business Podcast.
Thanks so much for having me, Ruth. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you too. Yeah, you and I started talking a while ago about a lot of the work that you do with CPAs and CPAs all over the world too, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And so I wanted to get you on this podcast so that you can explain, the outsourcing, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, what you've seen that works really well, how somebody sets something up. The floor is yours. Start in any direction you'd like to go.
Awesome. Well, I'm very passionate about the outsourcing space and for accounting. And there has been for the last recent years, a shortage of talent in the accounting space. And so many people have leaned into outsourcing as a very not only cost-effective solution to scale, because when you outsource, our talent is all in the Philippines. Very bright, very talented, advanced degrees, very awesome. So not only a cost-effective solution, much less than hiring somebody in the US for a salary, and no payroll taxes and things like that, but you're also finding talent that is really driven to work and excited about it. And things have just changed in the US workforce, in every sort of business, I guess, of people that want to work hard and do the work. So it's been exciting in this industry to help businesses find that talent so that they can execute, continue to scale their business, and serve their clients.
Well, the interesting part about it is that, a lot of people have, what do they call it? Silently retired or, they're there, but they're not there. I forget what the terminology is for that. But I think the accounting world has seen a little bit of that too, simply because people are there. They're there by rote. They're not there because they want to be. They're there because they need to have a job. They're there, and not because they love it. And it sounds like when you're outsourcing, you have found people who actually love doing what they're doing.
We have, and there is a huge talent pool in the Philippines it is actually, I think, outsourcing became more common after COVID in other industries of people realizing that, I don't have to have somebody that's physically in my office do the advanced work. But the Philippines was far ahead in the accounting industry, and there were very well set up systems, people with college degrees with lots of experience in US accounting, US tax, far before that. So the accounting industry over there is way ahead. And so is the deepness and richness of the talent of having experience. So that's really exciting in accounting. And they are passionate about it. Like, they love to do the work. And are excited to come to work, excited to produce the results. So make a big difference for their clients in results that are getting done. And just the whole attitude, I think, and demeanor of a company. When you have people that are dreading in your whole thing of like, tax season and the long hours or whatever it might be that people aren't loving. Yes. That it just makes such a difference in the light of it. My brother has a CPA firm. He is one of our clients. And so I get to see the inside too of just how it changes lives and spirits when you're not having to, as an owner, like drag everyone with you. And everyone in your culture is excited about being there.
So what type of work should a CPA actually outsource?
Yeah, so there are we have CPAs and accounting firms that outsource literally every position. So we can find advanced level CPAs that are reviewing corporate returns. They're that level that they're not only the ones like doing the returns and doing the work, but they've had enough experience in US tax that they are review level. Many people are outsourcing the doing the work that are CPAs. CPAs are hiring CPAs in the Philippines that are doing the tax returns, whether that be personal returns, corporate returns. I know our team celebrated now, like a couple of our different accounting teams were excited that they had all their 1099s done for their clients. A lot of people hire bookkeepers that are following through the year, and then tax or accounting admins that are in charge of the client service part, contacting clients, managing the client portal, making sure they have all of the client documents, ones that are handling accounts receivable. So really any people that even in accounting that are doing the marketing, social media, email newsletters, things like that. So virtually anything that you want handled, we fill all the positions. Some people used to be scared of, and we still have a few clients that are more conservative that don't want their, maybe have older clients. And so they don't have their outsourced team be client facing. But we have a lot of clients now that, have younger clients that people accept the outsourcing as part of the world. And so their outsourced teams are on Zoom and doing video meetings and doing, tax meetings with clients as well.
So the outsourced people actually get client interface.
Yes.
So that's good. So, I'm a CPA and I'm thinking about doing something like this. What would be the first step that I would take, other than contacting you, but, what are the questions I should be asking you?
Yeah. One is if you're thinking about doing it, it's what do you like to do in your business? So if you are a CPA and you're thinking, I need more help, it's what do you love to do in your business? And I know for a lot of CPAs, but it's different for everybody. Some of them love to do the tax returns. Some people, but most of them, I would say, love meeting with clients. And that's their highest value task, is being able to spend more time with the clients, eyeball to eyeball, belly button to belly. Like their clients just love meeting with them, and they want to spend time in tax strategy with their clients. And so first identifying like, okay, in your process, what would that look like if you get to work in, and I still use the term of our company, unique genius. If you as a CPA get to do what you love, what lights you up, what's the highest value dollar task in your business, how do you get help with the rest of it? Like, what would that look like? Somebody doing all the returns or preparing them so that you just get to spend the time with your clients and identifying where those needs are in your business. And then it's a conversation with me, or somebody on our team of what does that look like, the holes that we're trying to fill. And we kind of help you in that, we call it a discovery process. So we know that the holes you're trying to fill and can find you the right talent to match those up. The rest of the details are really easy, like the security part, the how you're getting them into your stuff. We ask questions like what tax software you use, what kind of clients you have and things like that. So we really niche down and can get you somebody with so much experience that they can just hit the ground running and are just learning about you and your nuances, but will have experience, extensive experience in the process and with US tax.
Very good. So before we take a break, if somebody wants to get in touch with you and do the discovery process to start, how do they do that?
Yeah, so you can find me anywhere on social media at Angela Chanowsky or on our website, unique-genius.com.
Very good. We'll be right back. Thanks for listening to the Financially Fit Business Podcast.
Financial advisory services are the key to the longevity of the accounting profession. If you want to get started providing advisory services or want a review of a finance course you took in college, Ruth King's manual, Understanding Financial Trends Analysis, might be your first step. This manual gives you the information you need to help your clients with their financial statements. a great start or addition to your financial advisory practice. You help them with clarity on their business's financial health, the ability to spot impending issues and resolve them before they become a major crisis, less stress and sleepless nights worrying about the financial part of their business. Your Financial Statement Trends Analysis Manual is the reference guide. What do you want in your financial advisory services practice? Click on the link below for more information and to order.
We're back. Thanks for listening to the Financially Fit Business Podcast. I'm speaking with Angela Chanowsky, who is the creator of Your Unique Genius. And before the break, we were talking about outsourcing. We were talking about the questions you should ask and go through the discovery process. But that's not the right thing. Before the break, Angela, you talked about what lights you up. I think even before they start thinking, I want to outsource, they have to really figure out what they want to do with their practice, right?
Yes. Yeah. What direction they want that to go. Are you just tax preparers, or are you someone that wants to really help the small, maybe you're helping your clients or small businesses, and do you want to, serve them in a way that you are able to sit down with them and help them make more money and have a plan for that?
Kind of
So
like what we do for the financial advisory pieces, of reviewing the financial statements and graphs.
exactly. You have such a powerful tool, Ruth, that is incredible for CPAs, and outsourcing and having more people do, again, the work and prepare. And then with your tools, CPAs can serve their clients just so much better by empowering them with knowledge of the numbers that are going to make a difference. Not just I'm preparing your tax return, but how can we really increase the bottom line of your business and help you grow with knowledge through numbers?
Yeah. And then their comment's going to be, then I have to pay more tax.
Then we can figure out the tax strategy.
Yeah. After that, let's worry about that. Anyway, so you've been doing this for a really long time. What are some of the things that they need to watch out for? What are the questions they should be asking you? I would say, like, what are the cons type thing?
Yeah. One is go with somebody who has been doing this a long time. There are a lot of incredible sources out there. I started in the accounting space. We now serve accounting and contractors, but started out with an incredible mentor in the accounting space, and using a company who has a solid foundation, and you're not trying to piecemeal this together yourself. One, it's a lot of work if you're just going to try and find somebody in the Philippines, and you hiring and screening and figuring out and knowing and finding that person that you can trust. We spent a long time building a very robust culture so that we could attract the very top talent, the best of the best. Those career-based professionals that want to be part of an organization and a culture that is constantly up-leveling them, supporting them, and where they have security. So you really find the best talent by using an organization like ours. And then that retention is there as well. We have a huge leadership team on the ground in the Philippines, and that they know they're taken care of in every aspect of their life. We fly over and do a huge summit, in-person events throughout the year, that they want to be part of this tribe, this family-like tribe. They become part of your company and your culture as well, but it's important for them to be able to be part of that human connection and boots on the ground. And there are other people that offer that as well, but that's one of the most important things, that you have somebody that you're working with and you're not just trying to piecemeal this together on your own, but you go with a solution that provides more security and is taking care of that whole back end piece for you. So you just get the talent and don't have to worry about the rest.
You bring up a really good point, is longevity. So I'm going to hire, we get to working with a particular individual in the Philippines, and she quits or he quits, been working with them for 3 years. It's half frustrating. How often does that happen?
Yeah. That's why, one of the reasons we spent so much time building the foundation and we invest so much in our culture, so that we have people, we want this to be their home. And so we do a lot with dream coaches, that they know that they can reach all of their personal and professional goals within our organization. So we have really long, and they have coaches that are working with them. So unlike when you are surprised as a leader, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know my person was unhappy, or I didn't know they were going through things in their personal life, we take care of that for you so that we can address those things. And so we have clients, and warriors that are with us a very long time. We have a very low turnover rate, and it's usually for, very unusual circumstances of things that they would choose to go somewhere else.
Yeah. And the other thing I think that you mentioned is it doesn't only have to be for, accounting type work or bookkeeping type work. You can also handle the marketing of, trying to get new clients too through outsourcing, correct?
Yes, which is a great thing to outsource because as a CPA, it's probably not your specialty. So doing email marketing, social media marketing, any of that you need done, any sort of admin thing in your business, it's a great cost-effective solution for that.
Yeah, you're right. Most CPAs hate the marketing side. Hopefully there are some of you out there who just said, no, I absolutely love it.
And another part in the CPA world of marketing is turning your clients into raving fans. And that takes a touch point of a person is, that can be your greatest source of, instead of just, splatter marketing out there like Facebook and things like that, of like, how do you turn your clients that you already have into raving fans that are giving you referrals and they're just talking about your service so much. And most of the time that isn't happening because of the one or two appointments that they have with you a year. It's all these extra layers and touch points and maybe fun videos you're sending and education and using tools like you have, Ruth, to actually take it to the next level and serve them. And an admin position or a client service specialist can more than pay for themselves by doing all these fun extra layers with your clients, because then they're adding new revenue with new clients.
And it's things that most CPAs don't really think to do because they're so focused on what they do really, really well.
Yes. Yeah. So hire what you don't do really, really well.
Yeah. So that's cool. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts are, I would say, taking it back to that unique genius in people that we work with. And, no matter where you're at in your business, that you can have more freedom, which, if you're a CPA right now and entering this tax season, freedom probably is that, you can't wait until you hit the freedom of June. But what does designing a life of freedom look like? What is showing up every day in your business in joy, not in dread, look like? And we can help you design that, of figuring out how you work in your strengths, how you work in what brings you joy, how you get to your goals of your business faster by taking a step back and making a blueprint for yourself of that you can create a life that is so much more full of joy, impact, and success by taking a look at that first and then designing your business around it.
Sounds great. And the website?
Website is unique-genius.com.
Angela, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Ruth.
And thanks to all of you for joining us. Choose one thing that you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. If you like today's program, spread the word. Please review this podcast on any device you're listening to it on. Help a business owner improve the health of his company. For comments or questions, call me at 770-729-8000 or email rking@financiallyfit.business. Thanks for listening. Have a great and profitable day.